Well, it's time for a, kind of bonus video of things that I couldn't fit all into the last one because it was already kind of big. So this is the Star Trek Void, where I try to fill in the gaps between new episodes with some news, some information, and hopefully a little bit of entertainment. And we will be starting off with those birthdays. First up, a very happy birthday to Linda Park, aka Ensign Hoshi Sato, on Star Trek Enterprise. She was just 23 when the show premiered. For All Mankind and Bosch is where you can also find her. These are almost all again from trekmovie.com. Linda Park, amazing as Hoshi. I wanted to be able to speak every language as well, so I really enjoyed her character. I enjoyed how she got over her fears and became one of the stronger crew members on the ship. Very happy birthday, Linda. And a reminder, these are birthdays from the past week or so, so it's not today, but we are taking the moment to celebrate. Happy birthday to Shazad Latif. Join us in wishing a very happy birthday to Shazad Latif, who played Ash Tyler and Vok on Star Trek Discovery Seasons 1 and 2. Hey, he could still turn up on Strange New Worlds, right? That's actually true, he could. Maybe even Section 31, really. Though the time difference, we're not really sure when Michelle's coming up, and it could be different, so yeah, maybe not. But a very happy birthday to Shazad. I really did enjoy his character. It took me a moment to warm up to Ash, and then just as I did, it was revealed he was Vok, and a whole different thing was going on. It was a big mess, but I really enjoyed his acting, the characters, and a very happy birthday. And here is a good one for us, shared by Papa Woof UR. Christopher Lloyd celebrates his 84th birthday today. Happy birthday again, and this was from July 7th. The man of many faces, really. I just showed Roger Rabbit to my daughter, and she got a kick out of it. Of course, he was a Klingon on Search for Spock? Voyage Home. No. Anyway, no. Yeah, Search for Spock. Thinking. Yeah. At any rate, excellent show. Extra actor. Played so many different parts, as you can see here. Doc Brown, probably my second favorite. Nah, I could call him my favorite. I really enjoyed Doc Brown. I enjoyed Back to the Future. So very happy birthday, though belated, to Mr. Christopher Lloyd. And a very happy birthday to William O. Campbell. So yeah, we know him too. Again, watching Prodigy. Happy birthday to William O. Campbell, who played Okana in the Star Trek TNG episode The Outrageous Okana, and voiced the same character in 2 episodes of Star Trek Prodigy. He was the second choice to play Riker, the Rocketeer. Oh, see, that's why he was familiar. I was one of the 5 people who saw the Rocketeer in theaters. So, pardon me for not recognizing you. But I did enjoy him. He was a fun character. I mean, just kind of saucy. So I enjoyed him. He was fun. And that one was shared by Trek Movie. Our last one is a remembrance. Remembering Ron Glass, also shared by Trek Movie. On his birthday, remembering Ron Glass, who played Loken in the Star Trek Voyager episode Nightingale. He's also remembered by many fans of Firefly, Barney Miller, and Rugrats, and dozens of other shows. I will tell you, Barney Miller comes to mind first because I was a little kid watching Barney Miller with my parents. And when he showed up on Firefly as Book, I was so excited because I was like, oh, it's the guy from Barney Miller. I was thrilled. And now I do. I think of him, oh, it's the guy from Firefly. And he was also on Barney Miller. But Barney Miller still comes to mind first because childhood, it does that thing. I really enjoyed his acting. I really enjoyed the characters he played. He brought such life to such amazing characters. Book, there were so many mysteries we never got about him, and I will always be upset that we didn't quite get the answers to just so many things about him and his past. But just thank you so much, Ron, for being part of our Star Trek universe and giving us a moment to remember that. And now it's time, as per usual, to kind of change gears here. We're going to take a look at some fun posts about some interesting ships we might recognize and in strange and new places that we don't. Let's take a look at this amazing image shared by Heather Lee, the winning float in my hometown's parade this year. Not my hometowns, but just the winning float in my town's parade this year. And you know what? I would let them win too. Totally. Number 1, fantastic, amazing job. This is great. Anybody who said, no, they don't agree with this float, they're just wrong. And they're all losers and they should go away. This is fantastic and fun. I think that we should all have this float in our home parade. And now, while we might not be used to seeing a starship going down our road, Seeing it in a box is kind of odd too. This one is shared by True Vulcan for overall set. Other than TNG, 10 Forward Engineering, I love all other parts of Voyager over the Enterprise. I wish I could be like Barclay and make a hologram and just live in there. You know what? That would be kind of cool. And that's awesome. I think I don't know where I'd put it, but if I'm going to have one ship, I think I should have the other. Let's put them both. I'm cutting down that tree and I'm going to get a lot of ships. That's what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know. I think I have to buy other property and build a house around a ship collection. If I had those suckers, that would be just amazing. Now, I did find a really fun discussion given out by Marina Sirtis. And she is at a Comic-Con. Just thanks the fans. It's really sweet.
And trust me, I love my life. I have a wonderful life. And that is because of you. Because you turned on your TV sets for 7 years. You went to see 3.5 movies. I won't hold it against you, even though it was the one that I was in the most, right? And then you watched again, you turned on Picard. So thank you, because everything I have in my life, everything, I owe to the fans. So thank you and God bless you. Thank you.
One more time then for Marina Sirtis.
And before I go, come on you Spurs!
All right, now we are down to the actual news portion of this video where we have a couple of fun announcements. This one concerns Starfleet Academy. Yeah, Star Trek on Plus and 3 others share Starfleet Academy on Paramount Plus has cast its first cadets. Welcome to Star Trek, Carice Brooks, Bella Shepard, and George Hawkins. Yes, these are our first 3 cadets that have now been confirmed to be on the new show, Star Trek Starfleet Academy. It's not tons of news, but I think that gives us, 5 cast members so far? So we're building it slowly but surely, and eventually they will be recording it. We'll be talking about, is it done for production? Well, we complain that it's not the Star Trek we want, but we're going to watch it. Or at least I know I will be. I hope you do too, because it's Star Trek. It's worth at least checking out. Especially since we're still kind of wondering about the future of Star Trek in general. I talked about in the last video how Prodigy's doing well, but IMDb doesn't think it's doing well enough that it's going to get a 3rd season already. And we're saying goodbye to so many shows, so much so that the only shows we know are going to be in production on a regular basis for sure right now is Star Trek Strange New Worlds and eventually Starfleet Academy. And that's all we have to look forward to. It's so strange. So I've got this article that was suggested to me by my Letters for Legacy friends. And I read through it just to find out what it says. And its title does give you the main idea behind it because there are some worries. The incredibly shrinking franchise is further loss of the Star Trek library next. Now, this is discussing, among other things, with Skydance possibly now almost assuredly going to be merging with Paramount Plus. Pardon me, I'm kind of oofing on this because I've talked about it to death. But with that deal likely going through, the concern is that with the rising cost of streaming and all of the networks having their very own dedicated streaming service, the cost of making shows, much less maintaining those you already have, is going to become more and more difficult. Paramount Global is already in the hole by just so much money that it's very possible we're going to see more and more of our shows. Some of our movies are already not on Paramount Plus, but it's very possible we're going to see our shows disappear as well. We already saw that happen with Prodigy. As soon as it was announced that in season 2 wouldn't be airing, season 1 disappeared, and we didn't get season 1 back until Netflix put it on their service. So what else is going to be going? In this article, worst case scenario, we might not even be able to get the original series on Paramount Plus. We already are not going to be getting weeks and weeks of new content concerning Star Trek. So for fans like myself who want to watch everything from Voyager to the original series, Deep Space Nine, TNG, and then yes, all of the newer stuff. I want to see Enterprise whenever I'd like to be able to watch it because I very much enjoy that show. I want to be able to watch Discovery and Lower Decks. My daughter and I are almost done with her first time through on the last season, and I mean, I don't want to lose access to Strange New Worlds. I don't want to lose access to Picard. I don't want to lose access to all of my favorite Star Trek shows and movies. But it's very possible that Paramount will not be able to maintain the library that it has now, much less add to it later. So we need to be vigilant and take care and decide if it's really worth paying for a streaming service that isn't actually going to give what it promised us. And on that dreary note, the only thing I can add to it is that we do need to keep trying to support the idea of more Star Trek, because hopefully the more we watch, the more Paramount Plus makes in revenue and is able to keep our shows up there. I wish that there was a way to consolidate them more easily, and ways that didn't make all of these power hungry CEOs and owners feel like they are losing out, when really they could save a lot of money by working together and still give fans the content they are begging to have. Thanks so much for joining me on this update. I know it's kind of short and sweet. If you do enjoy this content, kind of keeping up to date on birthdays and behind the scenes stuff, do please subscribe to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell if you'd like to know when more are going to be coming out. Thanks again to my patrons and to my members. I very much appreciate your additional support. It has come in very handy. And if you'd like to be a member or a Patreon, please do check out those links in the button below. Mostly what I've been including lately are things in behind the scenes of my life and what's going on, including like when I get new things that I want to share that are behind me. And when I'm going traveling, I post a lot of images and videos on here. Which will be happening here very shortly as I head off to Las Vegas for the Star Trek convention. If you're going to be at the Star Trek convention, let me know below so we can meet up. We'll be at that table for Letters for Legacies. We gather, hopefully, signatures for legacy and help spread the word to save Prodigy Season 3 and save Lower Deck, so we get a 6th season on that. Thanks so much to everyone for joining me on this video. If you didn't get enough Star Trek information and wish you had just a little bit more news, please do check out any of my other videos here. Multiple bits of info in each one. And if you do, I'll see you there.